Good morning, Internet. Are these Audio Technicas? No. Ooh. Ah. Huh. Oh. Yeah. What? Eek! Taction Kannons. So someone sent me these, and I ain't never heard of a Taction cannon, right? You heard of a Taction? Have you, lady? Have you heard of a Taction cannon? Your tie looks stupid. But no, I don't know what you're talking about. So I look up the thing, and it's like, ooh, there's a Kickstarter. There was a Kickstarter in the day, and at the very, very start of the Kickstarter, you get $269 got you these early bird specials, super early bird. Then it was $300, $340, $400, and then $600. You got two of them, and oh my god, it obviously got Kickstarter because I'm holding a pair. What was the actual number? They wanted 75,000. They got 82. So they just, in Kickstarter terms, that's like just making it. And by the way, if you're going to do a Kickstarter, your best bet is to get a loan from a bank, do a Kickstarter, and then if you're just about to make it, just kickstart yourself. Just get the extra money. So just a thing out there. So if you go to their actual website, where you can order them now, $500 or $499.00. We're going to have to talk about things. You want to know why it's called the Taction Kannons? Because it's got Taction technology. There's Taction technology in it. Oh my fucking god. I'm going to make fun of these a little bit. This is going to be a fun one because the most powerful tactile bass ever, no doubt. Flattest tactile response ever. Fastest response of any tactile transducer. Okay. Specs and things, and I'll link to this page because you can't buy them on Amazon or anything. So I've been sitting here using them for the last hour as just headphones, as just plug it in, JDS Labs Element Stack, low gain, half volume, running it through the 4-pole wire, which the 4-pole wire goes into here because there's a microphone that you can detach. Really nice system. And it, Cannon? Taction cannon? It's a little strange because, I mean, the shape, this could be an Audio-Technica product at any point. This could just be like, or it could be a Samson Z55 clone. But that blows my mind because that's built on there. That's not a mod that they put in for this to happen. That's there already. So I don't know what the base of this is. And I'm going to go through some things and some aspects of the build that are going to make it like really not clear as to where these came from. So they look like Audio-Technica. They've got basic headband, soft. These are the stock pads. The owner sent them to me with different pads. I don't know. These are definitely sheepskin or leather. Just straight up leather. They're real pads. They put some real ass memory foam pads in it because it's got the standard China crap that you'd find on like Audio-Technica products. It comes with this case. It's a really, really nice case for this. It's got the logo in metal, the same logo that's on the side in metal. In fact, is it the same logo? It would save a lot of time if they only had made one logo and shove it on everything. Doesn't really matter. Point is, so $500 gets you the crappy pads. These are crap. I don't have to put them on. I didn't even put the stock pads back on. I think you want to understand what that pad's going to do. Nothing good. I want to read about Taction technology. The deep, powerful bass down flat to 15 hertz. The Kannons offers musical, unprecedented, immersive experience. Kannons give the gamers unprecedented realism. Blah, 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 blah. How are they as headphones? Let's talk about that first. Before I even tell you what Taction technology is, although I think some of you may have guessed already. They're okay. They're not worth $500 straight out of the box. Just put them on your head. With these pads, the clamp is this very linear clamp. Although that's literally hitting there. So it's like... The build is... I would not freak out too bad about that little bit of the build. They go on, they're surprisingly heavy, and you'll figure out why, again, when I get to what the Taction technology is. Surprisingly heavy for how they look. I feel like my M40Xs if you put $3 worth of quarters in the thing. They put them on, they clamp, they rotate nicely, they fit super comfortably. I gotta figure out what pads these are because they are really nice. And you play music, and there's not a lot of soundstage. There's just like, it's a ball of sound in the middle. And it's very clear. It's not going to win any awards for how they sound just on their own. They sound good. If this was a $200 pair of headphones, and that's all it was here's a $200 pair of headphones with a mic, absolutely these would qualify to be recommended. Oh, they're good. But they're not $200. They're... $500, which is more than the way they sound. But you're not buying these to run them just as headphones. You can, and you live with the narrow soundstage and the okay imaging, not great. Again, very clear. Nothing disturbs me about the way they sound. They're just a little bit boring, and they lack in bass. And that's where the Taction technology comes in, because Taction tech is something that like a drug-addled Tony Stark would have come up with it. So it's a detachable cable. This is an attached cable to the headphones. This thing, this umbilical is attached. And what this whole unit feels like, it feels like a bunch of college students got together and they would, let's do this, we'll get a Kickstarter going and we'll sell our headphones. And it worked. And they've got them here. And I don't want to shit on their dreams too bad, but there's some issues that I'm sure second gen, third gen of this would probably be able to fix. But let's talk about 3D printers and how they're great for modifying headphones. But if you're selling me a $500 set of headphones, do not make anything out of 3D printed materials unless it's something awesome. So this clip around here, 3D printed to hold the extra wire, and the extra wire obviously is for this basic, oh god, don't drop it, it will break. This is a 3D printed case, and in here is, I think the amplifier's in here. What Taction technology is a bass shaker. It's a physical moving weight system. It's not a speaker that's moving air. It's a physical bang. Skull Candy Crusher's tech in a headphone. And you get this umbilical, which is attached and janky and won't straighten out, and it's a very rough fabric. Like, this is an uncomfortable thing to be touching your skin and your neck. I do not like this umbilical. And it goes into a heat shrink, and there's a little closed up box, and this is your control box. When you plug in a wire, and you can plug any 4-pole wire in if you want to get the microphone to work. You get also the USB micro to charge this, because this is a chargeable thing. So you signal this, you charge it or run it off of a micro, and you get this box, and the box has got 2 buttons and 2 knobs. And one button is the Taction button, and one button is the mute microphone button. But the thing is, you can mute the microphone button with the Taction has to be, you can't, that doesn't work unless this is on, and then that works. And I actually don't mind the build of the actual box. The problem comes with the knobs. So there's 2 knobs. This picture of a speaker is next to this one. This is the actual volume of the headphone itself. So if you want, even though I have that up, I can, play music. And I can lower the volume to 0. The issue with the knobs, the build of the knobs, is it feels like it's being attached with human hair. And if I, like here, look, I go to 0, it doesn't stop. I could just keep, I could destroy these by just twisting with like the slightest pressure. Just, it'll just go, and something inside will break. So I don't know if that's just the way it has it mounted, or if they used crappy potentiometers in there, or the potentiometers are not mounted properly. But that scares me. The first time I did it in the unboxing, I'm like, oh, let me just turn this up to 10. Oh, like I could turn it to 15 with just a child. Any 3-year-old could go and just break this. So you got to be real careful with that. So that's main volume, and I'm going to leave that up to full. I'm going to use this because why not? Big, beautiful knob. So let's turn on Taction Tech, and I don't have to worry about the microphone. The microphone sounds okay. I tried it for like 25 seconds on my phone. So leaving this volume on maximum because we have external. Let's deal with Taction technology. So there are basically they put another driver in here, only instead of it moving air like a normal driver does, it just takes a weight and bangs it around. It doesn't physically bang, it just compresses. And you have to adjust based on the music listening you're doing, how much absolute absurdity you want. So let's go to a song there. And obviously it's reading the signal, so everything's balanced off the signal. But if I go, it has a detent at 5 for some reason. Both of these do. It's just, I think, what the pots they bought. Basement jacks, yes. Supersonic. Okay. So, Taction is currently on, but at 0. And if I turn it up to 5, there's just the slightest amount of like, ooh, I think I hear the low end coming up. And then you go to 10. And I could hear my skull getting massaged. Ooh, white zombie, electric. Ooh. That is a very disturbing feeling. Have you ever been at your friend's house and you said, hey man, try these headphones on? And then he goes into his mom's drawer and gets out 2 vibrators. And as you're listening, he just takes the vibrators and just puts them on the outside of the headphone. And the whole headphones start to shake, and you're like, wow, that sounds great. That's never happened to anyone, but you've just visualized it, and therefore Zero Views wins. I win. But that's what's happening here. There's basically vibration inducers that are very fast. Just like they say, they are very fast, and they're doing a lot of things at 10. I'm on 10 still, which is absurd. As weird as the neurophones felt having things go in your ear, the motion that these are pulling off, oh, right there. Just hold it right there. Oh, I gotta pause it now. This is getting sexual. Yeah, 10 is too much, but I'm gonna keep going just because I've got a throbbing. I could unmute this so you can hear what music I'm listening to. I did the sound demo before I did this video, and I tried to capture what this was doing, but microphones aren't designed to capture vibration. It just comes out as distortion. So at the very end of the sound demo for these, linked in the description, you go to the very end, and I put these on a block above the recording rig, so that you could, it just, you know when the Honda Civic drives by, and you just hear every panel on it vibrating off because some asshole put a system in it that didn't bother doing any dampening. That's what these sound like on the recording rig. They don't sound like that when you're wearing them. It's a very good implementation of tactile bass. But my problem is they still don't overall sound like a $500 set of headphones. I'm sure the system in it, this bass system, is worth $250. To somebody, to have it be done on the sort of level where you're 3D printing things and the wire is sort of like you could have picked a better wire, guys. This is sharp. Also the font here, and this is just me, like the R looks fine, but that L is way too fancy, just fucking way too fancy. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just the little things. It's like this 3D printed clip. I shouldn't have a 3D printed clip on a $500 pair of headphones. And the knob feel on this, and I'm not a knob feel guy fully. Like, oh, it's a plastic knob, but it stops and it goes up. I feel like if this one kept this hit there and it kept turning, you go, and it's just gonna break. I'm just gonna break it. I'm just gonna fucking break it. Let's take the microphone off, actually. There. Love that feature. Love that. Sell me this for $200 with just the microphone and a detachable cable that isn't this, because this thing gets annoying. Annoying is the word. So, can you actually? Let's see if we could actually hear the Taction emanating from this. If I put, how do I do this? Let me see. Something hard and. Because it's not bass like you get. Neon Demon. Yes, now we talking. If I do this. I don't know how that's coming across, but I'm holding it against the GoPro. It's hard to describe because it's not sound anymore. We're done with sound. This Taction tech, which has to. Here's the thing, since they're lacking in bass without it on, if I just put them on, and I have that off, it just plays off the headphone amp. It just sounds like headphones, and it's narrow and meh. Decent highs, not very wide, good enough. Here, tape 5, Grand Central slow motion. Not enough bass. All right, turning this on, it's on 0. 1. Barely hear anything. 2, 3, 4. Starting to get a little bit of 4. Okay, it clicks into place at 5. All right, now you're starting to get like, oh, there's the bass that was missing this whole time. And although it's not air pressure bass, you're just getting that sensation. So let's go a little more. 6, 7, you're like, oh wait, something. By 7, you know that it's not normal. Something not standard on a headphone is happening. This is not a very aggressive song, but there's a good like low end beat to it. And then 8, you're showing off. 8 and above, you're showing off. So 8, 9, 10. Honestly, it's moving them so much it feels weird. Oh, that's another thing I almost forgot. Because I haven't played with them in a bit. So I can control the volume here. That's fine. If I leave this at 10, that's fine. If I control the volume here while the Taction is up, it's not the same. It doesn't balance the same. So volume 10, Taction 10. Like, oh, that's impressive. Volume to 5. The Taction is still on 10. So now it's barely any music playing. It's just vibration. I wish you'd like, you know, that glass of water from Jurassic Park where it's like, that would totally be happening right now. Here, I'm gonna just clip it to my headphones. There you go. What do you guys think? How's that? Is that coming across? Probably not coming across at all. So you can actually, it will be essentially like raising the Taction setting to 15, because now I could raise the volume here. Which really doesn't affect. Taction levels are. Oh, they're so powerful. What? And now I'm blowing up my headphones. And you just shut off Taction like that. So. I don't hate what these are doing. I don't hate it. I could just easily come up and say, these are shit, don't buy them, they're $500. I think $500 is steep. If the underlying headphones were, on their own, quality enough to be worth $300 plus, and they're not. They sound like a $150 pair of closed backs. It's like, they don't do even maybe less, like $100 pair of closebacks. The build quality is good. They come with a nice case, or they came with these pads. And again, I don't know which pads these are, because they don't look like, they're not HM5, so I don't get it. I'll have to ask the owner. But if they came with these pads and they were this comfortable, and they are comfortable, and they came with a headset mount for the microphone, and you got the quality of the sound up, so that when you add the Taction on top of it, then you're really getting it. And then on top of that, this wire has to go. I understand why it's wired in. There's probably 4 or 5 wires in here, and it'll be very hard to make a detachable cable that does that. Plus it's feeding in and back out. Improve the build on this. Stop using clips here. Get the better pads. Even if it's $5, even if you're paying $10, $12, $15 more, charge the customer to give them good pads. These stock pads are garbage, horse trash. No one will use them. If people need to get things done, no one likes to mod things except for me. So get good pads on here. Hide this 3D printed bracket shit. See if you can get these, because it's just wires, like custom mounted, and that like pops out of the thing because it can't go there because it wasn't designed to have it. So they definitely got some sort of generic headphone. It sounded good enough. They pulled it apart. They add their own thing behind it, probably behind it. I don't think they add this, which means that somewhere out there is a generic headphone with this microphone port, and that's amazing to me. Someone knows what it is, tell me. They stick the Taction logos on it. They attach this thing. It's got a little battery in it. It's good for, I think, 30 hours, which seems like a lot. Honestly, what does it say? Up to 30 hours of use. That can't be full tilt. Full tilt 10, just the motor's shaking. You'd be lucky to get 6-7 hours out of it. Again, that's a guess from my end. I don't hate these. I could hate these real easy. I like what they're trying to do. $500 though is a steep price to have headphones that vibrate. It's basically what it is. These are headphones that vibrate. You hit this button and you leave it on 10. Well, I would never leave it on 10. Why did it make that noise? Oh god, don't break now. You need it like above 5, like 6 or 7. I think 7 is where I liked it the most. You put it on, you hit shuffle. Beatles is not going to have any low end, neither will that. Didn't I just do White Zombie? I could just hold it in my hand and I could tell what song is playing. It's just a tactile transducer, a fast one. It could sound way worse, and it doesn't. I'm making a lot of excuses for this, but still, I don't think I'm convincing a single person to pick these up. It's interesting, but they don't sound good enough on their own. When it's bass, if you are just the here, wait, I gotta show you the dudes who's buying these. Where is he? Where's that dude? That dude. That dude is like super happy because they just put the headphones on him, and it's like, yo man, listen to these headphones, and it's like, yeah man, it's fucking great. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. He's buying them. Yeah, don't be that guy. It's not gonna make you any better at games. It's I love the concept. I'm glad they got funded. Let's hope that they sell enough of these to people to make Gen 2. And Gen 2 they could actually put more towards the headphone itself. Stop worrying about the Taction technology like that's the fucking godsend. Obviously it's great. It's got Taction technology. It vibrates. It's a vibrator. Oh my god. That girl knows where she's wearing those headphones. Where are you putting them, girl? You dirty. That girl dirty. She is transported. Yeah, it's an interesting website. But yeah, oh look, she's coming already. Just fucking coming. So yeah, They do what they said they do what it says it does. It has the most violent transducer bass I've ever heard in a headphone, because there's only been one headphone with transducer bass, and that's these. The Taction Kannons. And look, the N is backwards like 9 Inch Nails, and I love that. So yeah. They move on to Gen 2. They get rid of the 3D printed bullshit. They make this less just annoying. It feels like a college project. It feels like they should be selling this on a campus, and they should be charging like $500, and then they should have a kegger afterwards because they're not making headphones anymore. But I want to see Gen 2. Give me Gen 2 Kannons. Gen 2 Kannons need to sound a minimum of worth $300-400 on their own, and it's very easy to figure out what that sounds like. Go to my recommendations list or go to hi-fi guides and say I have $300 to $400 and I need a closed back headphone. What's good? And anything that shows up in that list is something that I recommend. It doesn't sound as good as those right now. It needs to sound good enough. The added Taction, I love saying that word, Taction technology, shouldn't cost more than the $100 of the headphone. It has to still be a good headphone to start, and it's a mediocre headphone at best. Comfort, again, once the pads are changed, good. That was either a lion or a motorcycle or a really strange thunder. Link to this. Link to the sound demo, which I was just dicking with it the entire time. So you can get sort of a taste of it, although it's not going to really get the vibration until I take them off this recording rig. So link to that in the description. Link to these. Link to some other thing that's probably on Amazon, because that's important. Link to her. She's just sitting there. She's having a good time. We should all be having good times with our tiny little ties. Tiny little ties. Taction cannons and ties. Taction cannon ties. Yeah. It's a simple review. It's a cool feeling, and you can play games with it, but then once you stop like playing with it and you try to tune it down to like actually live with it for hours at a time, it's like, you know what? I really would rather just have good low end in my headphone. So there's my review. Thank you for whoever sent this out. I forget his name. I'll figure it out, I hope. And next one.